Money day, guys and girls. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having a blessed weekend and welcome to another episode of Lit Capital's Market Out. Now, before we get into it, of course, if you want to get started on your trading journey with us, please head over to litcapital.co.uk now to make an inquiry with us regarding either our one-to-one mentorship, where we can guide you through lessons by lessons of how to actually observe and view the markets and become a competent trader, or we also have an online course for you guys as well, where it's the same lessons taught, but it's in pre-packaged videos. So check that out. And if you want to get started on your journey with us in 2023, now is the time. So before we get into it, guys, obviously we're going to check the economic calendar for news ahead for the week, see what kind of sticks out and see which days are probably going to be the most beneficial for us to kind of look out for. Starting with Monday, of course. So going into it, nothing really high impact is obviously standing out. So Monday might be a technical day where we just have to let the markets develop and structure themselves. Nothing really. You've got some PMI for Aussie, but yeah, nothing stand out on the Monday. So Tuesday we got meeting minutes for the Central Bank of Australia. What else do we have? We have some PMI data for Germany as well as the Eurozones as a whole. So definitely look out for that. We also have PMI in the morning for the Great British Pound. Economic sentiment from Germany. We have retail sales. We have some CPI for Canada, and we also have manufacturing data for the US. Home sales as well. So definitely worth monitoring on the Tuesday for sure. Going into the Wednesday, we got some CPI again for Germany. CPI for some Euro countries, Italy. We got FOMC meeting minutes. Okay, so definite standout there. See what the Federal Reserve are saying on the Wednesday evening. Going to Thursday, CPI for Europe. We got jobless claims for the US. Inflation rates for Japan, so definitely worthy for those that trade yen pairs. Definitely check that out. Inflation is a very hot topic right now. And then going into the Friday, we've got consumer confidence for the pound again, as well as Germany. Personal spending and home sales for the US and consumer sentiment. So again, nothing super like sticking out. Like some of these events are high impact, but they're not like, what we've been seeing kind of push the markets, whether it be inflation data as well as like interest rates or unemployment data. But nonetheless, obviously, if we have our eyes on that, we can kind of look into the charts on specific days and expect some volatility. So want to start with the DXY. Now we have pushed into this area. For those that are in the Discord, we did send out this zone to kind of look out for, where price could basically push into. So where we are in it, we have had a reaction to the downside. So going into that 4 hour, we've kind of pushed out to in this area here. This is obviously at daily candle, but we have this imbalance as well, and we have made a bit of a reversal. So what we're kind of looking for now is whether or not we kind of we retest higher to come down lower, or whether or not we actually take out this zone and go deeper into it. But I am of the opinion that we actually can head down lower. That is kind of what I'm thinking is possible for us to see. Now whether or not we get one more pullback down here, this was the original area I was looking at, and then react from there, that would be quite a drop. But I wouldn't put it past it because this is a higher time frame area, of course. But looking at the reaction we've had, obviously I'm going to look to see how Monday opens, see if we get like a gap up or gap down or something like that, and then obviously reassess it. But I do believe, obviously, with it being in a higher time frame area, it could drop down lower. Now, what does that mean for things like GBPUSD? Now, what we have here, we played out of a candle or area of interest here, and we've been pushing up since that Friday as well. But what I'm kind of looking for on the daily time frame for GBPUSD is this imbalanced area here, whether we can play into it and potentially react to the downside. So I wouldn't, that's the first area of interest for me to kind of potentially see a short develop. If a short doesn't develop and the area is invalidated, then we'll reassess, obviously looking at the 4 hour going into, you know, how this structure develops here. If we actually get like a the 4-hour close above here in that daily zone, and we can kind of see what happens. But looking at the daily, I do think price will push up into it, and then we can kind of look to see if we are going to continue lower, because for the pound against the dollar, I am looking for lower prices before we can become we can get some big buys, in my opinion. So that's just the area I'm looking at, going off the reaction we got. So it could just be a pullback on the daily to then continue down lower. So with that being said, going to the indices, we had quite a big move to the downside this week for most of the indices. It did drop quite heavily. So if we go over to US 30, where we had we had these ranges, we had these lows of this range here. We had the highs kind of grabbed as well, and then we started to break down on the 4-hour time frame, where we've taken out that price action to the downside. We have reacted to upwards as well. But where we are currently now, there is potential for price to then react to the downside again and continue. Just off the bat of, I do think we do need to see some more downwards price action. So whether we're going to react in here on the Monday, that we are in the zone to kind of do that. So we kind of need to just be aware that this is an area where something can develop. There is a bit of imbalance on the 1 hour, but I do think just looking at the 4-hour candle that we're in, that is kind of where we could get a reaction from. Now, whether this is just the reaction of taking out all of the liquidity rest in there, I reckon that could be the case. Same for the NASDAQ as well. We never actually took out those lows. That's why I'm kind of feeling that we are due to head lower. Now, with the NAS, I'm looking to see if we could pull up, as you can see here on the 4-hour. If we could pull up to this candle here, sure, in the 2-hour, you kind of got a gap there and stuff. This is a daily area of interest. So I'm trying to look into see if that's what we want to come into, feel some of that imbalance, and then head down lower and take out those lows. So kind of a similar picture. Obviously, US 30 has extended lower and taken out those lows. So is the S&P, but there are still some lows to the left. So again, you can kind of see this 4-hour candle in the S&P that I'm looking at. I do think we could push up into it and potentially see some shorts develop. So it's just a patience and a waiting game till we get in there. I've definitely got some alerts set for that, to look for that, to see what happens. But that's kind of the picture that I see being painted after seeing the move to the downside. There's nothing to suggest, you know, the structure's shifted on bigger time frames or anything like that. So that is kind of how I'm going into today and looking at it. But yeah, that's what I've got for you guys today. Obviously, all of these setups that we've just spoken about, they will be getting put into our Discord for the chart section, for the community. If you want access to our community, again, you can either head over to our website and send us an inquiry. It is a subscription of £25 a month, but there's a lot of value inside of it, of course. And as the week progresses, we will be giving updates to our members to suggest where and when we can kind of capitalize on some of these setups. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this outlook for today. If you have, please like and subscribe. And even leave a comment if you want some feedback or you want a question asked regarding any of the services. We'll be happy to help you in that way as well. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Hope you guys have a blessed Sunday. And remember, every day is money day. Peace.